Heffley, State Representative in the 122nd District, and welcome to Legislative Report. We're here today at the Blue Mountain Ski Area in beautiful Carbon County, talking a little bit about tourism promotion, the ski industry, and what it means for jobs and recreation here in Carbon County. I'm here today with owner of Blue Mountain Ski Area, Barb Green, who is also the president of the Pennsylvania Ski Association. Welcome, Barb, and thank you.
Hi, welcome. Welcome to Blue Mountain. This is a home away from home, isn't it?
Yes, one of my first jobs I had, as I turned 16 years old, I started working up here for your father at the time, who built the ski resort and started this in, I believe it was in 1977.
1977, and you know, every year we add a little bit more slopes, a little bit more snowmaking, and you know, we're now almost have every slope open. I think the only thing we don't have open are our glade skiing, which we rely on natural snow. So I think everybody in the state's got to realize that ski areas in Pennsylvania make all of their snow. So even though it may not be snow in your backyard, we've got it here.
Yeah, I think that's the key. As you look at this winter, which has been just slightly warmer than others, the ski conditions, as you can see behind us, are still in great condition.
Yeah, they really are. And you know, people come out on a winter like this, and they're just astonished by how much snow we have down. And we got a great snowmaking team, and they take a lot of pride in their conditions. So
now, with the snowmaking, how long? As you have an idea, how many hours does it take to blow one slope from start to finish to get that slope open and ready for the skiers?
It takes about 3 days of snowmaking on a slope to get it open, and that's with 24 to 36 inch base. And once you have that base, you'll have the whole slope for the whole year. I mean, for the whole season. Yeah. So it doesn't take all that long. It just takes 28 and below degrees. 28 and below,
so, which has been hard to find this season.
Yes, it has.
But I really commend the job that you've done here for the great ski conditions. I know something that we enjoy as a family is coming up to do the tubing, as you have both skiing and snow tubing and snowboarding here at Blue Mountain. Now, one of the things that has always impressed me with the Blue Mountain Ski Area is the fact that every year you continue to add on. So if you could explain to our viewers today just a little bit about what you have planned to come up for expansion, and what that means also, not just for expansion, but also job creation here in our area.
We've been working on putting in a water park. Many of the ski areas in Pennsylvania have gone ahead and tried to get summer operations going, and I decided about 2 years ago to go ahead and get a water park designed. We are hoping to break ground in April. We have one more permit to go, and as soon as we get that, we'll start clearing the trees and clearing the land and getting it going for the summertime.
It's hard to think here today as you stand outside on a very brisk afternoon about water tubing and slip and slides.
It's very much the same kind of business. I know our neighbor up to the north, Camelback, enjoys a very, very good full-time work employment, because they have both the summer and the winter. And like I said, all the ski areas in Pennsylvania are headed towards getting to be more of a full year-round resort.
Now, with the ski area, I know a lot of people just think, well, it's just winter employment, and I see projects going on year-round up here. Just describe a little bit, how many employees do you have that are full-time year-round, and how many seasonal employees?
We have about 35 full-time employees right now, and we go up to about 1,000 employees during the winter. And the water park, we expect to get up to 100 full-time employees, and then add another 400 jobs during the summertime. You know, it's needed in the area, and like I said, it just makes us a better resort, because we have people that know both parts of it, and it's really about the guest and giving them a good time. And we know how to do that in the winter time. We just got to do it again in the summers.
Well, that's great. I know this year has been a little bit challenging, and you look at your full-time employees and the great job that they do, keeping up with the weather conditions to provide such a great surface for skiing. Can you describe what are some of the challenges that have been faced this year as compared to others to keep the slopes in the best condition possible?
This year we've had these warm up and rain in the middle of the week, and I think when it happens on a Wednesday and Thursday and it starts to rain, no one really really thinks about coming back on a Saturday and Sunday that the snow is going to be good. But all of the ski areas in Pennsylvania have gone towards more automatic, more fan guns, and they basically, the next day after it rains, we all have it all turned on, and it's all like refreshed by the time the weekend comes around, at least this season. So
well, I can see the snow guns at times producing just what seems to be an enormous amount of snow. Obviously, to run that type of operation, you're consuming a lot of electricity.
Yes.
How does the power grid, electricity, and some of the alternative uses of energy, how does that impact what you do here? And can you tell some about some of the thoughts moving forward to help with that?
We've been real lucky. A couple of us have gone ahead and partnered with PP&L with their rebate program on getting new equipment and the more efficient snow guns. And I think there's opportunity in the future to keep that program going. I also, I'm a big wind component because most of the ski areas are at the top of a mountain and do have lots of wind, which our snowmakers will attest to if they're out there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
So
it gets really windy.
Yeah, looking at the possibilities of some green energy with potential of windmills on the mountain. I don't think the wind has stopped blowing since we've been standing out here today.
And I think, solar, wind, we're all into energy, efficiency and conservation. It's our second largest cost in Pennsylvania in the ski resorts is the electric, right below labor. So it's something that we've all been looking at. We talk about every single meeting at the Pennsylvania Ski Areas Association. So,
what do you do in the forms of marketing? How do you keep the customers coming back? I mean, what is the promotional aspect of Blue Mountain Ski Area?
I think the key to people coming back is to give them a good time when they first come here. I mean, we take pride in making sure that they have the best time possible while they're here. I mean, some of the things we've instituted this year are every beginner gets a green lanyard with our ticket in it, and that way everybody in the resort knows that they're a beginner and takes extra special care of making sure they have a good time. We've also started this Learn to Ski package, which would be you can go and learn to ski all day long, which is, in my estimation, one of the best things that we could be doing. Just getting new people into the sport every single year. It'll keep us all here for many years to come, regardless of the weather.
Well, once again, I want to commend you on the great work that you've done, and also congratulate you on becoming the president of the Pennsylvania Ski Association. I think it's quite an honor to have somebody from Carbon County representing a statewide association like that, and I think it's a tribute to the work that you do here at Blue Mountain Ski Area. I know as you're always looking for alternatives to go year-round, working hard to improve the ski conditions. I think it's great for the employment in the area. I always like to talk when I talk to people. I mentioned that this was one of my first jobs here when I turned 16, and I think that's so important that local employers like Blue Mountain Ski Area and the other ski resorts in the area that they're providing opportunities for young folks that are in high school or in college to come out and get their first job and get that good experience of work experience.
Yeah, they get a good all around of how to work as a team, and I think that's so important as they go into their full-time careers that they learn to work with a whole bunch of others, and we're really into team effort.
Well, I think it's so important. I know several people that have worked here for several years. They come back every year. They like to ski. They start in high school and all through college, and they come back in the winter to work. And I think it's one of the aspects about the tourism industry that people realize is what it means to local communities as far as creating jobs.
And we're so fortunate to be able to work here because it's fun to give people have people have fun.
Yes.
To give the opportunity to give smiles to everybody, it just makes your day.
Well, that's great. And once again, I want to commend you on just a fantastic job you're doing here at Blue Mountain Ski Area. And now we'll be heading to Big Boulder Ski Resort and Jack Frost Ski Resort here in Carbon County in the beautiful Pocono Mountains. But But before we go, I'd like to ask a few questions of Carl Wilgus, who is the president of the Pocono Mountain Vacation Bureau. Carl, welcome to the Legislative Report, and thank you for joining us today on this brisk morning here in Carbon County.
My pleasure. It is a beautiful day. The sun is out, the snow is cold, so what else could be better?
Yes, and this season has been a little different. With the weather, we did talk to Barb about some of the snowmaking possibilities, but here in the Pocono Mountains, how big of an impact does the skiing here in the Pocono Mountains have to the big picture of tourism in our region?
Well, it's actually huge. When you start looking at the Mid-Atlantic region and the different destinations that exist, there is probably no stronger destination when it comes to skiing than the Pocono Mountains. Mm-hmm. And as an illustration of that, we do about 3.5 million skier days in Pennsylvania in a year. Pennsylvania, believe it or not, is one of the top 10 ski states in the nation. Mm-hmm. Within Pennsylvania, the Pocono Mountains, 7 ski areas have half of those 3.5 million skiers. So we are well established, well renowned as a ski destination. So not only do locals come here, but people come and drive, they stay overnight, obviously spend money on accommodations, food and beverage, and their recreation. So skiing is one thing that really sets the Pocono Mountains apart from other destinations in the Mid-Atlantic region.
And one of the great things is we're so close to the heavily populated areas of New York and Philadelphia, the Lehigh Valley area. So it's people can either come up for a day trip if they have a day off, or they can come up and stay at any of our nice hotels, eat in our restaurants here locally, and stay 2 or 3 days to ski.
Absolutely, and that's what makes it work. You know, it's a good day trip, it's a good weekend, or it's a good 4 or 5 day vacation because you can ski a number of different ski areas. With 7 of them within about 45 minutes of each other, you're not stuck to one ski area for the entire time. You can ski one ski area one day, go to another one the next day, and that always gives a little bit of variety and excitement to anybody's ski vacation.
Well, I think one of the great aspects here in the Poconos, as well as not just skiing, you also have snowboarding. But one of the things that I know my daughters like, and a lot of family, for a great family activity, if you don't want to strap on the skis, is to go down snow tubing. And I know the tubing parks are always busy, and I think that really brings another aspect to the ski industry.
You're absolutely right. In fact, it doesn't require any essential skills to be a ski tuber other than to dress warmly, and something that people can do from 6 to 65 very easily. And it's something that a family can have a good time in. You go out and do that for a couple hours, enjoy yourself and enjoy the winter environment, and obviously the aesthetics of how beautiful the scenery is here. That's what really makes the Pocono stand out.
Oh, it is. No matter where you're at on the mountain, as you look out, you can see the beautiful views. So, well, Carl, I thank you very much for joining us today and being part of our legislative report. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Take care. Yeah.
Hello, I'm State Representative Doyle Heffley, and welcome back to Legislative Report. We're here at Jack Frost Mountain in conjunction with Jack Frost and Big Boulder ski areas, and my guest today is the General Manager, Mark Daubert, here at Jack Frost Mountain. Mark, welcome, and thank you for coming out on this brisk day in the beautiful Pocono Mountains to talk about skiing.
Glad to be here. Glad you're here. Beautiful bluebird sky today. It's cold.
Well, it's a perfect weather for skiers.
Yep.
This season has been a little off compared to the weather, but I think the biggest thing to recognize here in the ski resorts in the Pocono area and here in my district, the 122nd, is 90% of the snow that we have here is man-made snow. How have you kept up with the challenge of keeping the skiing conditions in this great condition as we see here today?
Well, us as well as the other ski areas in Pennsylvania, over the last few years have really improved our snowmaking. It's state of the art, and we are set up that when we get cold snaps, we can hit it hard. So we basically can run just about the whole mountain at the same time with water and our snowmaking guns. So years ago we didn't have as much power, but today we have big, sophisticated, high-tech systems.
And you have 21 trails here. Is that correct?
Yes.
At Jack Frost Mountain? And is it how many lifts? Is it 9?
9 lifts.
Well, that's a great way to keep the people on the mountain and out of the lift lines. But now that's got to be enormous amount of water and energy that you're consuming at that time to produce that much snow.
Well, with snowmaking, you need lots of water. We're lucky here. We pull it out of the Tobyhanna Creek, and we have a big fleet of pumps, and we're fortunate to have all the water we need to make as much snow as we need.
Now, what as far as the attendance and everything on an annual basis, I think one of the great things about the ski areas in the Pocono Mountains is they provide some year-round jobs, but a lot of seasonal jobs for employees. A lot of high school kids that are turning 16 years old get their first job working at resorts like this. How many employees would you say you have between Jack Frost and Big Boulder?
Well, we have a core group of 30 full-time year-round employees that we split up between the two areas, and that's divided from our maintenance people right up through our HR and marketing people. So there's 30 of us, and then we build up at our peak time, which is right now. Between the two resorts, we put out about 900 to 1,000 checks every 2 weeks.
Well, that's saying a lot. I mean, I know in these tough economic times, I talk to a lot of younger folks that are out there looking for their first job and providing up to 900 to 1,000 jobs for those kids, learning the work ethic, learning the skill, and learning how to how they can make a little bit extra cash. I think that's a great thing that this industry does for our region.
Right, and we're also seeing over the last couple of years, we're getting some a lot of retired people. So midweek in our rental shops and some of our indoor food service areas, we have some retired people that just need a couple extra bucks with the cost of fuel and food and everything else. So and they're great to get in here and help us out, because it's tough. We run for about 100 days, 4 months, and then that's it till the following fall.
Now, Jack Frost Big Boulder, I think one of the unique things about these ski resorts is that you work in conjunction. It's actually two separate mountains. You explain a little bit about how that works as far as skiing one area during the day and skiing the other resort in the evening.
Right. It's kind of unique. One ticket, two mountains. So midweek, Big Boulder has a shorter schedule than they do on the weekends. During the week, they don't open till 3. Jack Frost opens at 9. So Jack Frost, you can ski from 9 to 4. And with the same ticket, you can go over to Big Boulder and ski at night. We have 100% lit, 100% snowmaking over there. So it kind of works both ways. And then on the weekends, due to demand, both operations are open during the day. And then Big Boulder continues to operate at night till 10 o'clock.
Now, one of the things I also noticed on the way in is the tubing park. I think a lot of people may be intimidated about coming out and wanting to strap on the skis and go down the mountain for the first time, but I think the tubing park allows that opportunity for if you just want to come out and just sit down and have a good time.
Yeah, tubing has become fun. We kind of the same concept. We make snow. We have grooming tractors that cut the chutes out. We have lifts that carry you up, so a lot of the kids have just as much fun riding up and down. And in this part of Carbon County, between hotels, motels, and townhouses and condos, what happens is guests come up to the Poconos for the weekend or during the week, and not everybody wants to ski or has the ability to ski. Snow tubing gives you another option to get out of the house or out of the hotel and go over and have some fun outside.
Well, I think what you said there was really important just about the tubing, but also it brings into the other aspect of what this industry does for our region is that, being centrally located as we are in proximity to both New York City, Philadelphia, and even Boston, but the major markets, you're looking at you could either come for the day or you could come and stay for a couple days. And we passed several restaurants and a lot of different resorts in the area that are really thriving off of the business and the people that you bring into the area. I think tourism promotion and everything that the ski resorts do, it really attributes to the entire region.
It's true. We're very fortunate because we have the Turnpike and the I-80 corridor right passing through the whole Pocono area. So it's easy to get here. We're not that far from Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, so and it's great for the area. Everybody benefits from the ski areas because once they leave us, they have to go eat, they have to stay somewhere, or they travel back. So everybody benefits.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, every year things are changing. What are some of the new technologies in skis? I noticed now looking at some of the skis, they seem much shorter than what they were 10, 20 years ago. What are some of the new aspects to the skis, and how do you keep everybody outfitted on the mountain?
Well, from clothing, that has improved to skis. Skis have changed over the year. They're parabolic, meaning they're like wider in the front, wider in the tails, narrow in the waist. And they have designed them that you roll them over and they actually turn easier. That's been out about 5 or 6 years, so that has made it easier to learn our industry. Lately, they've just come out with another new ski. It's rocker. It's hourglass shape, but they actually raise the tip and the tail, and it just initiates the turn a little quicker. It just makes the experience of learning how to ski a lot better. It also goes right over to the snowboards. Snowboards are rockered now, hourglass shape, and snowboards are turning easier than they did in the past.
Now, terrain park, that's the buzzword, as I hear from all the as we can see, everybody's having a good time on the mountain. Terrain park, that seems to be the buzzword for a lot of the younger folks into snowboarding. Can you describe the terrain park, what it's done to the snowboarding in the Poconos?
Terrain parks are great for snowboarding as well as skiing. They have the twin tip skiers. It's fun. It makes our smaller mountains just gives you another obstacle. It's sort of like skateboarding. We have one park here, and Big Boulder has a series of parks. That's why we call it Boulder Park. There's just a series of features, from boxes to rails to snow features to round pipes to all kind of things. It's just that the younger kids, whether you're a beginner or an advanced skier, or a snowboarder, we have different sizes of these features, and it just gets to have fun sliding on them, bonking off them, and playing around on them.
Well, it sounds exciting. Definitely, the other thing that I've noticed is with the increase, a lot of people talking now about energy and the different aspects of going green and energy efficiency. What are some of the impacts that the ski resorts, as far as the expenses, whether it be in labor costs or energy, what are some of the things that are coming down the line to improve that business operating climate for you here?
Well, labor is our number one cost, but number two is our energy costs. So snowmaking, it takes a lot of energy to pump water up these mountains and turn it over the snow. So what we have been doing in our industry is supplying us with newer and newer technology. We are going to you need air and water to make snow through our traditional conventional guns that we've had here for 30 years. There's a new type of gun called an airless machine, which we have these big ones in the back here, and they have a 5 horsepower onboard compressor. What costs us more money than pumping water is compressing the air and charging our pipelines with air. So these new fans have cut down the amount of energy it takes versus the air-water guns. And we also have different nozzles we put on that are low-E nozzles. They don't take as much air, but still produce as much snow out of it. So there's a bunch of new stuff coming out, and we try to upgrade every year, so much every year, and hopefully do the whole place at one point.
Now, one of the things is promotion, and we talk a lot about it at the state level. How do you work together with the other ski resorts? I mean, Carbon County is blessed. We have 3 great world-class ski resorts right here in our county. It attracts a lot of tourists from all over the area. How do you get the people to continue to come back? How do you pursue that advertising to get the people here?
We do a lot of email blasts and a lot of radio and so on. But we refer everybody to our website, jfbb.com. And we try to push everybody to that. The website's loaded with tons of information. It has our rates. It has where to stay. We have links to help people out, whether they need skis, clothes, someplace to go eat. And it also lists all our events. We have entertainment throughout the season at both places, and we do have fun races and all kinds of other stuff. So we just refer everybody to jfb.com.
All right. What does the future hold here for Split Rock Lodge? What do you see as some of what's the next realm? I mean, I know there's been big announcements recently with the running of the facilities here. Maybe elaborate on that and what the future holds for Jack Frost and Big Boulder.
Well, as far as us over here, Jack Frost, Big Boulder, we will continue to improve our areas. Snowmaking, we improve every year, improve our lifts. If we need more uphill capacity, which we are pretty good right now, we address that. We'll address our lodges, our restaurants. As an example, on our second floor this year, we put waitress service in, and we put another kitchen, and we will improve our services. I'm sure Split Rock it will improve their water park and their rooms, and in the summertime they have golf over there.
And no matter where you are, on top of the mountain, there's always a beautiful view.
Oh, it's gorgeous, right? And we're fortunate here. You can look out, and there's still nothing out there but beautiful woods. So,
well, thank you so much for allowing us to come up here today and taking the time to chat with us a little bit about everything that you have going on, and I encourage everybody to come out and explore the great outdoors in the wintertime. There's a lot to do between tubing and skiing, so just come on outside and enjoy it. Hi, I'm State Representative Doyle Heffley, and for our final stop on Legislative Report today, we wanted to show everybody a little bit of what you can do after hours, after you come off the slopes. I'm here with Chuck Dickinson, General Manager here at Split Rock Lodge and Resorts, and as you can see behind us, you can enjoy the nice indoor heated pool or water park, or some of the amenities here. Chuck, what's your take on the ski season, and what do you have to offer here at Split Rock?
Well, weather hasn't been in our favor for skiing, but we're lucky enough to have some facilities here that are more than adequate to be able to handle anybody's desires, certainly with great indoor pools here and of course a 53,000 square foot indoor water park. So, but we're really reliant upon having two great ski areas right next door to us, a third one just down the road. You know, there's plenty of benefits in the winter time up here between tubing and skiing and snowmobiling and coming indoors and enjoying a water park.
Well, I think that's one of the great contrasts here. You have you're out. We make a lot of snow here to keep those ski resorts and keep them the best conditions up. But when you're not out on the slopes, hanging out at one of the restaurants or the water park, I think it's a great finish to the day, or just to spend the whole day inside where it's nice and warm. It's plenty warmer in here than what it is outside at this point.
Sure, it's ideal. There's no question. I mean, when you have this type of facility, and you know, we're not the only one up here on the mountain. We've got Great Wolf down the road. And again, with Jack Frost and Big Boulder nearby, you know, there's plenty of stuff to do in the wintertime here. And, you know, we're lucky enough to have some of the indoor features that augment it, so that, yeah, once you're done and frozen from being on the slopes all day, you can come here and enjoy yourself and be in 83-degree temperatures with 83-degree water.
Well, that certainly is something that can help you to sleep at night, is warming yourself up. But you know, we talked a little bit in the program about the different resorts and lodging in the area. I think one of the phenomenal things is that a lot of folks come up from the day, but for the day to ski or enjoy the mountains here in the Poconos, but also the lodging if you want to spend 1, 2, 3 or nights or a week. And there's plenty to do, as you can see here.
Yeah, and that's one of the fascinating parts about the studies that we've done over the years, that clearly show that, you know, 60+% of the visitors to the area are here for the day. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we really push for those overnighters by all means, but you have to face the reality that there's a lion's share of the people that do come up for the day for winter skiing, and then in the summer for, you know, the beauty of the warmth and the greenery of summer. And
I think one of the nice things you have to offer is you have the water park. So if somebody wants to come up, you know, the family wants somebody wants to go skiing, or you know, maybe the kids want to enjoy the water park. There's a lot of options here, and I think that's another thing that's unique about Carbon County and the tourism industry here, is that whether it be golfing or water parking or skiing or snowboarding, tubing, we have a lot to offer, you know, throughout the seasons, and I think Split Rock Lodge right here, centrally located, to provide a lot of those amenities for the people as they come in.
Yeah, it's a big part of our industry. Let's face it, you know, the state has agriculture in front of tourism at this point in time, but we've run close second for a long period of time. But the bottom line is there's billions of dollars that are generated in the state for tourism, and we're happy to be part of that.
Yeah, tourism is the second largest industry here in the state of Pennsylvania. And Chuck, I thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule today to meet and talk with us a little bit, and appreciate everything. And keep up the good work up here.
Absolutely, thanks. See you in Harrisburg.
Yes. I'm State Representative Doyle Heffley, and that's all the time we have on this edition of Legislative Report. If you have any questions that are state-related or anything that my offices can help you out with, a number and information will be appearing on the screen shortly for you to contact the office. And once again, thank you for joining us on this edition of Legislative Report.